Uh, Ohtani here in Detroit this week. They had a rain out, so they had a doubleheader. He pitches game number 1. Complete game shutout. Then in game number 2, hits 2 home runs. Not 1, but 2. Was that the greatest single day in baseball history that we have seen? I know it's hyperbole, but I mean, it was unbelievable what this guy did. KJ, I'll start with you. Answer the question.
Great day, not the greatest day in baseball history. The greatest day in baseball history that I have seen is Reggie Jackson hitting 3 home runs against the Dodgers in the World Series when I was a little kid. It's the highest stage. It doesn't get bigger than the 2 biggest markets. It's the creation of the Reggie Bar after that. It's the establishment of Reggie Jackson, the superstar who was already a great player. Shohei Ohtani did this against the Detroit Tigers. So while I'm not taking away the greatness of pitching a complete game in the first game and hitting 2 home runs in the second game, that's really cool. Man, you can see that in any doubleheader at some baseball field with some 15-year-olds. No, I'm totally kidding. But, yeah, I mean, great day, but not the greatest day ever just because Reggie hit the 3 home runs in a World Series game back to back to back.
Yeah, but how many innings did Reggie pitch that day? And as Rick said, I mean, when you go out there and show off a skill set where you're not
he didn't
only
have to pitch any. He doesn't pitch. He didn't pitch.
Well, because literally, I mean, you're talking about, you could argue that Ohtani at this point in time is a top 5 position player, if you want to talk about his bat. And also, I would call him a top 5, 10 pitcher also. The fact that he's able to do both of those things during a doubleheader one day, that's got to be it, man. And I'm not trying to take away from the stage that was the World Series where Reggie Jackson did it, but just being able to do things that the only person we can compare you to is Babe Ruth tells me how unique Ohtani is. That has to be the best day any player's ever had.
But Babe Ruth only pitched for the Red Sox. He didn't pitch for the Yankees. So, that, I mean, there's not even microfiche of him even hitting when he was with Boston. And that was during the dead ball era. You're like, oh, yeah, he was the greatest hitter of the dead ball era when he hit 12 that year. But he had a great ERA. Like, let's have the conversation about Ohtani in 10 years. I still think it's going to be there, but I think eventually he becomes more of a relief pitcher and a position player first as time goes on.